All right, we're going to finish our story about Benny the Big Shot who goes to camp. Do you remember we talked about camp a little bit yesterday? And if you remember back in the story, Ben was packing to go to camp. And how long was he going to stay there? Can you remember what Mom said? How long was he going to stay at camp? She told his sister. Remember, his sister wanted his bedroom. And Mom says, your brother's only going to be gone for 2 weeks. He'll be back before you know it. Okay, so Benny went to camp, and he thought he was the best at everything. Remember, he said that he was good at sleeping on the top bunk, but what happened? He crawled up and he fell off, right? He said that he was going to be the best sailor. He knew he would be the best. What happened to Ben? He ended up in the water, right? So let's see what happens next. I'm going to read the last page and I'll show you the picture. And I'm going to read the last page and then we'll go on with the story. Let's get back to shore, Matt said. It's almost time for woodshop. Woodshop, Benny said. I love woodshop. I bet I'm the best woodworker Camp Treetop has ever seen. What do you think? Welcome to woodshop. I'm Jane. We're going to build birdhouses today, Jane said. Jane gave out the supplies. Be careful with the glue, Jane said. It's very sticky. Oh, I'm great with glue, Benny said. Be careful with the hammers, Jane said. They're very heavy. I'm very handy with hammers, Benny said. Is everyone done? Jane asked. Yes, said the campers. Very nice, Jane said as she walked around. Oh dear, Jane cried, and she ran over to Benny. Benny's birdhouse was stuck to his hand. But I wanted it this way, Benny said. This way I can be very close to the birds when they come to my birdhouse to eat. What do you think? Did Benny really want his birdhouse to do this? Look at the picture and tell me what you think. I think Benny just didn't want anybody to know he messed up. Luckily, the glue hadn't dried yet. So he was lucky. He got it off of his hand. Over the next few days, the campers did lots of fun things. And of course, Benny was the best of them all. Do you think that there is somebody that is really good at everything they do? I can tell you there are things that I'm not very good at. And then there are some things I'm very good at, just like you. But we keep trying when we want to learn to do something new. How do you think the other campers were feeling about Ben? I'm going to read a little further and I want you to think about it. Benny said he was the best at baseball, but he struck out every time. Benny said he was best at tennis, but he lost all the tennis balls. Benny said he was the best at gymnastics, but he kept falling off the balance beam. Benny said he was the best at rock climbing, but all he did was dangle in the air. How do you think the other boys and girls were feeling about Benny when he said he was the best at something? Hmm, I kind of don't think maybe they liked it very much. One night after Benny had fallen asleep, the campers started to talk. I'm tired of Benny's bragging, Tim said. Remember, bragging means you're always telling people you're the best at everything, and you use the word I a lot. I can do this. I can do that. I am so good at this. That's called bragging. He said, I'm tired of Benny's bragging, Tim said. He thinks he's such a big shot, said Sam. I think we should teach him a lesson, David whispered. The boys had a plan. When Benny went outside the next morning, he saw all the campers laughing. They were pointing at the flagpole. Benny looked up. Hmm, there was a blankie dangling from the pole. Benny's blankie. Okay, big shot, someone called. See if you can get your blankie down. I bet some of you might have a blankie, and if you do, it's okay. Some people sleep with stuffed animals, some people sleep with blankies. When we're at our house in our own bed, is that okay? Sure, it is. But he was a little embarrassed. He didn't want anybody to see it. Look at his face. Benny tried to climb up the flagpole, but each time he tried, he just slid back down. Finally, Matt came out to help. Benny did not brag the rest of the day. He didn't brag the rest of the night. How do you think Benny's feeling now? Do you think he's feeling like he's the best or he is the leader of things? I don't think so. When it was time for their overnight camping trip, Benny just packed his bag and followed along. The campers went up a steep hill and down an even steeper one. They went across a stream and they went under some rocks. I'm tired, Tim said. Me too, David added. Are we there yet? Sam wanted to know. Matt stopped walking. He looked up at the sky. It was getting dark. I'm afraid we're lost, Matt said. Lost? The campers cried. I can help, Benny said. I can find our way back. Yeah, right, the campers said. Why do you think they wouldn't believe Benny? Why do you think they didn't think he could do it? You think maybe it's because he bragged so many times, but he didn't do what he said he was going to do? He said he was the best at all kinds of things, but he really wasn't. Benny sat down on a rock. I know I've said I'm good at a lot of other things, he said. And I know the truth is that I'm not the best at everything. But I do know how to get us back to camp. I really do, he said. No one believed him. I know east from west and north from south, Benny said. I know which direction to go in to get us back to camp. And if you don't believe me, I'll go myself. Benny set off on his own. It was getting dark. Wait up, cried Mark. Don't leave us, said David. And they all followed Benny under some rocks, across the stream, up a big hill, and down a big hill. Look, shouted Tim, I see our camp. Hooray, the campers shouted. Let's hear it for Benny, said Matt. He's really the best camper Camp Treetop has ever seen. I think maybe Benny learned a lesson that day. Do you think he learned a lesson? Is it, do people really like it when we brag all the time and say we're the best and make them feel like they're not very good? No, they don't like that. I think Ben learned that if he doesn't have to be the best at everything for people to like him and to be involved and included in things. All right, boys and girls, have a good day. I miss you and we'll see you later. Bye.